Well, I've been waiting 50 years to come here. Always wanted to come here. I was meant to be coming for my 50th birthday, but obviously that's been delayed by 2 years because of COVID. But I finally made it. Welcome to New York.
I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York.
So this is a combined photo trip and holiday, as I'm actually here with my son. That's him there, but he's camera shy and doesn't want to appear on video. Very wise. But if you notice any unusual wobbly B-roll in this video, well, you'll know that was probably taken by my new apprentice cameraman. Well, this is pretty cool, isn't it? This is the Oculus. It's a shopping centre, I believe. It's cool from the outside with the One World Trade Center building beyond. And I think, as far as I know, it looks pretty spectacular inside as well. Well, according to the poster it does anyway. This looks just like the kind of place that you could photograph any time of the day as the light changes to get the different light and dark framing this building, shaping this building even, and getting some wonderful abstracts. I love this. It's still masks advised for any indoor places here in the US, so I couldn't really do a piece to camera. But for this location I was using my EM1 plus 12 to 40mm standard zoom, and hopefully the widest end, 12mm, which is 24mm full frame equivalent, should be enough for this interior. If not, however, I did bring my Leoa 10mm ultra wide. That's 20mm full frame equivalent, just to give me a bit wider field of view to take in this amazing interior. Now, an overcast day would be better for more even light in here, so I may return here another day, but I'm overexposing about 2/3 of a stop to get clean whites. What I loved most about this place, however, was the freedom to take photos. In the UK, in a shopping centre like this, you'd be pounced on by security within seconds. Well done, New York, on your more sensible rules. So if we ignore that walkway there for a moment, and instead, if you look down the back of the roof in this gap, you get this one. This isn't in any way a Craig Roberts original idea, but it does make a good shot. If you just adjust your final image slightly, rotating the result, you get this. Pretty cool, eh? And a bit Star Warsy too. Well, it's late afternoon now, and it's been a really sunny day today. That's great because I'm just about to get one of the Staten Island ferries over to Staten Island. Not necessarily to go to Staten Island, but to get the views back to New York City from on the ferry itself. I say it's just getting into golden hour now. The light's great, so I'm just going to grab one of the ferries, get out the back doors, get the views back onto the skyline from the south. Well, the idea was good, but my timing was perhaps slightly off as the sun was just starting to disappear into some low cloud on the horizon as we got on the ferry. Perhaps just time for one or two shots before the light was sucked away for the afternoon. Well, it's day 3 for me here in New York, and it's another sunny one. It started off sunny on my first day. Yesterday was rainy, back to sunny today, and I think that's how it's going to alternate through my week here between sunny days and rainy days. So I've done some of the sites so far. As you would have seen, I've been to Wall Street, been over to Brooklyn. I've done Times Square. And I've been to Central Park to have a bike ride. Because why not? So today I'm up in Midtown to see the sights, and I'm ending up this evening at one of the high viewpoints. But which one? So my main camera on this shoot, on this trip, is my Olympus EM1 Mark II, and I brought my 12 to 40 zoom with me. That's my main lens I'm using. But I bought a couple of primes to go with it. I bought a wide angle Laowa 10mm as my ultra wide angle, and a Sigma 56mm as my mid telephoto come wide aperture bokeh shot lens. Oh, and I've also brought my Pen F as a backup body, simply because I've learnt my lesson from that trip in Berlin where my camera died on me. Now I have picked up a bit of an injury here in New York, and it's not neck ache from looking up at all the buildings. You do look up a lot in New York. No, it's a bit of a wrist injury. I think I might have got it from that bike ride in Central Park. Well, either that or was that massive burger I had in Times Square. So first building that I'm going to be shooting here in Midtown is the Flatiron. Oh, well that's not going to work, is it? Well, I'm looking directly into the sun for a start, but it's covered in scaffolding. Damn. Oh well, to make up for it, I do get my first view of this building, the Empire State Building. Now this looks a fun place to visit, but I don't really have time though. No, I shouldn't really. Or should I? Well, walking around this part of Manhattan, it is all about looking up at the tall buildings, seeing all the different shapes, which can become a bit samey, a bit boring after a while, but you do get on occasions the odd nice building, some of these older ones, and of course some street lamps as well, which just adds a bit of a mix into the composition, just to mix things up and, well, give a more interesting composition. And of course, every now and again, you do come across little gems like this one. There's two classic high viewpoints to go up here in New York, and this evening we've decided on this one. So here I am on top of the rock, and I'm obviously here for sunset, evening views when the lights come on, but I'm doing some shots on the way up through the gaps in the glass. Haven't quite gone onto the top level yet, but even though the light is really hazy, the sun, you can see it's just about disappeared behind some cloud over there, so it's a little bit hazy, but it's kind of giving it a nice atmospheric view in the distance. The back buildings right down in South Manhattan, they're looking a little bit hazy, so it's giving the view a bit of atmosphere. So you've got the Empire State Building as the main focal point, but as you go down to South Manhattan, it's getting more hazy, but it's just adding to the view really. So if I want the best view when the lights come on, looks like I've got to budge my way into view, set up and camp there for the next half hour. Well, as you can see, it was a busy evening, and unfortunately top spot was already taken by 3 other photographers. The cheek of it! However, I pushed my way in, and I was determined to grab a piece of the concrete ledge to place my mini tripod when the lights came on. And of course they did, in all their glory. Well, that was pretty amazing. It was a great evening, some great shots. Goodbye, Empire State Building. You've been amazing. And goodbye from the top of the rock. So I'm back in Brooklyn, back here for a second attempt. My previous visit a few days ago was all misty and rainy, couldn't even see the view. This evening, totally opposite. Clear blue skies, could be a wonderful evening. I'm here for the night shot, so I'm looking for the lights coming on here, but I'm here early to get some late afternoon shots. There is actually a thunderstorm forecast for this evening if I hang around late enough, so I could get thunder and lightning over New York. Possibly just get rained on slightly with no storm, but you know, fingers crossed. So this is my view. I've got the skyline at last. I'm trying to make the most of this. At first glance, I didn't get this building. It just seemed out of place. Bad choice of location, but as the sun went down, when I found my angle, well, then I loved it. A genius bit of architecture. Well, as you can see, I'm not the only one who's going to be enjoying the evening skyline this evening. A few other people here. We'll have to find the perfect spot within that crowd somewhere. So I think I found my spot this evening. Obviously you want to avoid having the end of the pier, the carousel on the left hand side. But what I like is, if I zoom in, is the American flag just to the left of the One World Trade Center. If that gets kind of lit up or backlit, that can be in its free space next to the tower there in the middle. But it's basically framed up like that. That's kind of the view, and the optimum view when the lights come on. Oh, of course, a flash of lightning coming to the top of the tower would be nice, just to fill in that bit of sky. Well, the storm did arrive briefly, but only by the time I got back to the hotel that evening. I don't think I would have got much out of it in my pictures from Brooklyn. Well, that's pretty much it for my time here in New York. I've loved every minute of it. Obviously, I've just scratched the surface of what this place has to offer. I've done all the tourist spots, I've ticked those off the list. So next time, and there will be a next time, I can dig a bit deeper and find what this place really has to offer for me as a photographer. For now though, sadly, I've got a plane to catch.